Hello, welcome to another Unreal Engine tutorial. So in this video, we're going to see how to create the checkpoints, and also we will write a code how to save the location of the player, and also we can able to load from the checkpoint. So for creating a checkpoint blueprint, I'm going to use this basic VFX pack, which is free in the Unreal Marketplace. So this is just to represent the checkpoint location in the level which we are going to place. So I have already added into the project. So let's use it. So this is a basic VFX pack which I have imported from the marketplace here. So here we are using this Niagara particle system. So we will use any one of the effect to create the checkpoint here. So first of all, we'll go to the blueprints and just we'll create a new folder like called checkpoints, and also we'll create a new folder called like save game. So first we'll create a save game. So just go into the folder and right click blueprint, and here search for all classes and search for save game here. So just we'll select this and create save game. So we will name it as like sg like save game underscore like main save. So now we have created a save game, and now if you open here we can create a different variables to save the progress of the player. For example, if you want to save the player status, and suppose if you want to save a player transform health or something, we have to create a different variables in this save game. So instead of creating a different variables here, what I will do is I will create a structure. So right click structure. So here we can save the different kind of variables, and we can call this structure in anywhere in the like blueprint here. So I will show that. So we'll name it as s underscore player save, and just here we will create a variables. For example, in this case I'm going to create one variable which is like transform. So I want to save the location of the player and I want to save it, and laterally when I load the game again, I want to save load from the last checkpoint here. So basically here I'm going to create the transform variable. So transform, and here we'll give the variable type to transform. Okay, so for example, now you see so let's say now we will create a variable here by using the structures which we have created. So like variable, and we'll name it as like a player save, and here the variable type we have to select the structures which we have created. So let's say s underscore like player save, and here now. So what the thing is, now from by using this thing we can get different variables which we have created in this thing. So I will show the example. Suppose if I drag and drop here get, and if you right click and if you split, you can see we have only one variable, so we are getting this transform. So for example, suppose if we create another variable, so let's say we will add another variable like health, and here the health will be in the float format. So now like if you drag and drop, and now if you like split, so here you can get all these variables. So it's very easy and clean to create structure, so that no need of creating a different kind of variables in the save game here. So in this video I'm going to show how to save the transform of the player here. So next we are going to use a game instance to create a save and load system, because the game instance is a single object which is going to load in all the levels. So whenever we want to like load the player location in any different levels, we can use the same game instance to get the information from that. So what I will do is just if I go to edit, and if I go to project settings and search for game instance, so here we have a default game instance, and if you try to search, you'll not get any location of the game instance here. So we need to create a custom game instance for that. So in order to do that, just we can click on this add, and we can save the location. So here we will save it in the blueprints, and let's say like we'll name it as TPS game instance. So click on save, and now what we'll do is just if you go into the project settings, and here make sure you have to select the game instance which you have created. So here we have to select this TPS game instance. So now we will open the game instance here, and now we will create a variable using the save game which we have created. So select this save game data, and here we need to select the save game which we have created, that is sg underscore save game, sorry like main save, and select object reference here. So next what we'll do is we will save and load these games by using the interface blueprint interfaces here. So what I will do is just we will create a blueprint interface. So right click, search for interface, blueprint interface like BPI underscore save game, and just we'll open this interface here. So we'll create three functions in this like interface here. One is like load, save, and get game data here. So we'll name it as load game data, and next one is like save game data, and also get game data. So just we will add an output variable for this game like get game data, and here just we will add, and we have to give the reference to like save game, and here sg underscore main save. So we need to give this object reference. So next we will implement this interface into this game instance which we have created. So select, and we can go to class settings, and here we need to add that instance. So BPI save game, and now here we got this functions here. So what we'll do is just we will open this get game, and just we will connect this to save game here. So now next we need to write a code for this load and save game. So just if I double click on this load, and if I click on this save, so what we have to do is first we need to create a save game. If it does not exist, we need to create one. So first we need to check the condition. So by taking a branch, we will need to connect to this thing, and here we can search for a node called does save game exist. Okay, so we need to return value this to this branch here, and we will promote this thing. So promote to variable, and if you want you can give any different name for this thing. So for currently I will just name it as like slot name. So now suppose starting, if you don't have any save game, false, we need to create the save game here. So what we'll do is just from false we will create save game object here, and we need to select this main save which we have created, and laterally we need to set this save game here. So select this, and this is the save game object which you're going to save in this thing. So if save game does not exist, then it will create, or else we have to load the save game. So for that what you need to do is load game from slot. So, and the slot name just we can name it as, and also we need to cast, and we need to save that into like load from the save game which we have created. So what we need to do is just we need to like cast to main save game, and here we need to select this and save game here. So this is our load game. Just we will comment it like load game, and like save game is simple. Just we need to save game to slot, and here the save game object is this, and the slot name is this. So we need to specify the slot name, like let's say we'll name it as like slot underscore one, so that whatever the game you're going to save, it will be saved in the name of slot one here. So save game, and what the thing is, just we need to load this entire game data which we have saved. So what the thing is, just here we'll search for event init. So it's like a event begin play in the normal blueprint. So here we need to load game, I think this is a function, yeah. So we need to call this thing load game data. So now we'll create a checkpoint blueprint in order to save the game here. So we'll go to checkpoints, so right click blueprints, and we'll create an actor blueprint. So bp underscore checkpoint, and just we'll open, and we'll create a like a box trigger when we overlap the when the character is been overlapped, then we need to save the game. So for that we need to add a collision box. So I will add a box collision, so save trigger, and just I will make it as a default thing. And now what the thing is, just I want as I downloaded the one of the VFX particle system, so I will load it here. So what I will do is just select and go into the basic VFX. So we will select any one of the effects which we are going to use. I think this is good. Yeah, this is good. So what we'll do is just we'll select this, and we'll go into the checkpoint, and we will add Niagara. So we'll select this Niagara. So it came automatically because whenever we are going to select the Niagara, so here in the content process it has been selected. So select this thing. So just we will increase the size of this thing, the box. So here we can use the box extend or just increase the height here. And now we can place in the level. So select this, Control B, and just will select here. And we can rotate and we can place here. So just will place two more in different places so that we can able to know the location. So and for the time being, just I will like move this AI towards this thing. So these are the 3 checkpoints. Now we'll write a code in this blueprint here. So open the checkpoint and just go to event graph, and we can select this trigger, and just if you go down you can see there is an option like a component over begin lab. So we need to select this thing, and now here we can just see here there is an option like other actor. So suppose if you want to save the game only when the player overlaps, so we need to give a tag to the player and we need to write a conditions here. So for example, suppose if you directly write a code here, whenever whatever the actor overlap, like if you place any enemies, so it is going to save. I don't want that, so I want to save the game only whenever the player overlaps. So what I will do is just once we'll go to the character blueprint here. So we'll select this character blueprint, and here search for like tag. So here we can give one tag for the actor. So just click on add. Let's say we'll name it as like a player. And now what we'll do is we'll go into this checkpoint, and here we can search for like hashtag. So we can write a conditions for this thing, and just we can put a branch. So whenever character overlaps, then only if it is true, then we can save the game. So we have to write a conditions in this way, and here we need to give the tag. Sorry, I forgot. So we need to give the tag name called player. So whenever the player overlaps, then only it will save the game here. So before writing a code, we need to add one more function in the interface here. So just we'll go to the interface. So we'll go to the blueprints. Interface. So here we need to create one more function, which is save player, and just will add one input, that is player save, and this is like s underscore player save. So after that we will go to game instance here, and just we will get this save game, and we will get this save game data, and just will set player save and select this, and just will connect this player to save, and we need to call this save game data, save game, this function. And next now we'll go to the like checkpoint here, and just will call get game instance. It's a default function in Unreal. So get game instance, and we'll call save player, and just will connect it to true. So player save, we need to create a function in the third person blueprint here. So we'll go to the third person blueprint, and just will create a function called get player save. That means we need to save the location of this third person character. So we need to create a function, and we need to connect it to this player save here. So here we need to create an output for this thing. So this is called player save, and s underscore player save. So this is because we need to save the transform of this player. So what we'll do is just we will right click, and there is an option like split. So now here we can see the player save transform. So what we'll do is get actor transform. So here get actor transform, and just we need to connect it to transform. So suppose in case if you want to save the health, we need to get the health, and we need to save over here. Suppose if you want to load from 50% of health, then it will load from the 50% of health here. But in this case we are going to use only the transform. So now what we have to do is, if you go into the checkpoint, we need to get the player reference here. So what we'll do is, just in the event begin play, we'll cast to bp underscore, we'll name it as survival. So here, so get player character, and just right click, promote as survival. So we'll name it as like a reference or something. So what we need to do is, if we need to select this, and we need to call the function which we have created in the survival, which is get player save function. So in this, get player save. Yeah. So we need to connect it to true, and just we need to connect this player save here. Now you see, if you want to debug, just we'll take a print string and checkpoint or something, just get to red and like 5 seconds. So we'll see whether it is going to save or not. So now let's say I will put the player start over here. Okay, so now if I alt P, now the player is going to save. And here now, if you overlap, and you can see at the top left corner, we have reached to checkpoint. And suppose now if you go here, now it has been reached. Now if you escape, and now if you alt P, so now it is going to start from the player start. It's not going to load in the checkpoint, because we are saving the information of the like we are saving the transform of the player, but we are not loading it. So what we have to do is, we need to go into like player thing. So we need to create a one function like load player, or whatever name you give, player save. So we need to give the inputs for this thing. So this is player save, and the structure which we are going to use, and just we will right click and split. So we want to save the transform. So simple thing what we need to do is set actor transform. So select this, and the new transform is coming from the save game, which we are going to save by using this function here. So now we need to call this function. So if you go into the event graph, so now first we need to check the condition whether the save game exists or not. So what I will do is, just in the event begin play, we'll get game instance and get game data here. So we'll connect his, and now if it is a valid, so is valid, then we need to like load a player save. So this is a function which we have created, and we need to get the get player save from the save data, and just we need to connect here. And now we will see. So if you click on alt P, so see, now we have loaded in the second checkpoint here. So suppose if I go to third checkpoint, and if you escape, and if you alt P, now we have loaded in the third checkpoint. Suppose if I go to first checkpoint here, and if I escape, and if I alt P, now we have loaded in this thing. So in this way we can create the checkpoint using save and load. So that's it for this tutorial. See you in the next video.